The year is 2044 and the world is in near ruins. The Great Recession has taken its toll on the world's economy and resources are scarce. The internet and gaming culture have evolved into a creation known as the OASIS, ontologically anthropocentric sensory immersive simulation, a massively multiplayer online simulation game created by James Halliday and Ogden Morrow of Gregarious Simulation Systems, formerly known as Gregarious Games. In Ready Player One, everyone who wants to access the world of the OASIS needs some sort of way to connect to it. The basic model is a pair of gloves and goggles with a heads-up display. Like most gamers today in Ready Player One, those are not enough. People started creating their own setups that are customized to that person. These setups are all do-it-yourself. If you have the money, you can fully submerge yourself in the OASIS with a full haptic suit complete with immersion rig. The haptic suits are a head-to-toe bodysuit that allow you to feel everything in the OASIS. From the wind blowing to the sun's warmth on your face. Everything. The immersion rig is like a treadmill that moves when you move. When you walk, your avatar walks. When you stop or jump, so does your avatar. Just like the haptic suits, there are many types of immersion rigs out there, and some are better than others. For instance, the most state-of-the-art immersion rig found in Ogden Morrow's personal home included a full-body immersion suit inside a hamster ball interior that the user could walk around in to simulate real walking and running, and a form-fitting haptic chair, gloves, and visor that gave the user every sensation that their character would feel. One rig even has a smell tower to replicate the smells found in the OASIS. Most areas of the real world are the ruins of the past, while others are mobile homes stacked on top of one another. This area is called the stacks. Because most people practically live in the OASIS, they forget about the real world and the real world starts to crumble beneath them. In the virtual world, you can be anything or do anything. It's basically a second chance for most. Growing up, school was not easy or fun for me. I couldn't concentrate. I hated to read. I didn't care. Books were evil. When I had to do a book report in school, I would usually choose a book after a movie so I wouldn't have to read it. Reading just seemed like a chore to me. I just didn't enjoy it. I loved playing video games, computer games, Atari games, Nintendo, Sega, you name it, I played it. My parents used to have to hide the controllers from me just to do my schoolwork. One of my best memories of school was when we were allowed to play video games in class. I knew the games were educational, but that didn't stop me from playing. I never thought learning and reading could be this much fun. Two years ago, I started firefighting school. It was hard, exhausting, but most of all, dangerous. From carrying a person down a 35-foot ladder while they played unconscious to entering the burned building without a hose line while it's over 700 degrees to perform a search and rescue on the floor of the fire, everything we did was dangerous. The only easy part of class was signing the roster before it started. During class, we had a wall that was dedicated to the firefighters that were either injured or killed on the job, either training or the real thing. By the time we graduated, almost the whole wall was covered with names and stories of those firefighters. Our instructors always made sure we knew it was dangerous, and they always said that proper training would save you. Training didn't save those firefighters. Training caused a lot of them to get injured or worse. During our class, we had 7 people get injured. Luckily, all minor, but they were still up on the wall. After reading Ready Player One, I knew that I wanted to use technology from the book and use it to train firefighters. Instead of having to go into an actual building on fire to simulate a search and rescue, you could do it virtually. The suits will produce heat when you get close to the fire. When you move the bed and find the missing child, you can feel them cling on to you with their last bit of strength. The mannequins we use now are dead weight and not very lifelike. If the OASIS can have people live in the virtual world, then I think the technology from the book can save a few firefighters from being injured or worse. And that's why I chose game design.